Sports presents coverage of high school girls basketball. Tonight, a non-conference matchup between the St. Michael-Albertville Knights and the Wayzata Trojans. Hello and welcome to Wayzata High School. John Jacobson along with Ryan Iverson. And Ryan, an uncharacteristic year for Wayzata girls basketball. Mike Schumacher's club 2-7 coming into the new year.
2-7, and it's a tough late conference for girls basketball. Eden Prairie generally good, Hopkins of course always really good, Minnetonka really good, and Wayzata is usually right in that mix as well. So unusual start to the year. They played a lot of good teams though, and this is going to be a good test, a non-conference test really to get them prepared to go into the tough late conference schedule.
St. Michael-Albertville's had state tournament appearances several times in the last 8 years, including last year. They moved up 4 years ago from 3A to 4A, and so now playing with the big schools. But they've got a nice program under Kent Hamry, 5-2 coming into this game.
We know I live in St. Michael-Albertville, and Coach Hamry's done a great job. Youth basketball, girls basketball is huge there. These girls look up to these girls. They've had a lot of success. It's funny, John, success breeds success too, and these girls play all summer long, AU programs. They got a very good squad and very good balance this year especially.
Let's look at our key players tonight. We'll start with the Knights, one of their experienced veterans, a girl that was in the state tournament last year, Erin Osseo.
Well, she's been Audiomatic basically this year, averaging just over 10 points, over 7 rebounds a game. She does a little bit of everything. She's one of many 6-footers on the St. Michael-Albertville team. They're long, they're athletic, they can guard the post, they can play the perimeter, they're good shooters. She's a really nice job of inside out. She can score down low, also a very good shooter. She's actually gonna be running track next year at South Alabama, so a very good athlete.
For Wayzata, Ryan talked about them being a young team. We're gonna look at one of their 3 sophomores in their starting 5 tonight, Hannah Hiring.
Yeah, Hannah Hiring, good balance. She's one of 3 girls that average between that 9 and 10 points a game. So they also have good balance, and she's a nice post player, can play the wing, a good inside-out mix as well. So a lot of experience for these sophomore girls. I look to see this Wayzata team, you know, really as the season gets going, these sophomore girls get more experience to really start bringing it here towards the end of the year.
Oh, non-conference girls basketball for you tonight on 12 Sports to kick off 2014. St. Michael and Wayzata, and we'll be back with the start of this one from Wayzata High School in just a moment.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills 1 person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Welcome back to Wayzata High School. John Jacobson and Ryan Iverson for tonight's telecast. High school girls basketball between the Knights and the Trojans. Teams being introduced on the floor in front of us as we look at the starters for each of these teams. For St. Michael-Albertville in the backcourt, Bobby Brendifer, he's a 5'7" junior. Ray Johnson, a 5'6" freshman. And the forwards, Jordan Walker, a 5'11" junior. Sydney Tracy, a 6-foot sophomore, and Erin Osseo, a 6-foot senior. And for Wayzata, their guards, Allie Larson, he's a 5'6" junior. Lauren House, a 5'10" junior. Annie Robertson, a 5'11" sophomore. And the front court, Hannah Hiring, 5'10" sophomore, and Abby Carver, a 5'10" and sophomore. 3 sophomores, 2 juniors in the starting 5 for Wayzata, and their top 8 rotation, 7 of them underclassmen.
Well, it's like you're looking at both starters. Only Erin Osseo, who we highlighted in the pregame, is the only senior starting tonight. So both of these teams young and getting invaluable, you know, underclassmen experience. So I expect both these programs really to get better as the season progresses, and then also for the next couple of years to be pretty good. You know, John, we were talking with Coach Schumacher before the game. He said, when Wayzata gets a shot off, they're pretty good shooters. He was really concerned about the number of turnovers they had. He said they worked on it in practice, so he feels really good about their players and actually scoring, but taking care of the ball and just getting shot opportunities has been a process for this Trojan team this year.
And they're going against a quick St. Michael-Albertville team, so we'll see how that plays out tonight as the Knights win the opening tap. First ball knocked out of bounds. It's St. Michael-Albertville basketball.
Quick and long. I mean, you look at just the starters, a couple girls over 6 foot, a couple 5'11", so they're good athletes. They're long, they're lengthy, and they use that length inside and outside.
Inbound goes to Osseo, back out top. Right side, Ray Johnson. Osseo back to Johnson. Zone for Wayzata early on, and thrown away inside. The steal for Wayzata, so they get the turnover. Defensively on the first possession of the game, there's a three-point try. It's up and through for Lauren Houts.
What a possession there. Lauren Houts, nice job on defense as she ducked down, took away that post feed. And she does it again, 2 steals and a three-pointer. Great start for Lauren Houts and the Wayzata Trojans.
Nellie Larson picks up her dribble, now gets the pass off. Nice pass inside, and Carver couldn't get it to go off the pass from Robertson. Back comes St. Michael-Albertville in transition. Tracy to the basket. Rips the offensive board, gets another shot off, and she is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Sydney Tracy, she's only a sophomore. She's 6 foot. I actually think she's closer to 6'1". You know, and I live in Albertville, John. She is at the gym in the off season almost every day, working with whether it's her dad or whoever it is. But this girl really works hard. She's relentless on offense. She will attack, and she is their leading scorer, over 11 points a game. Only a sophomore too.
1 out of 2 on the free throws. Good position in the offensive board by Abby Carver. Larson with some pressure from Johnson brings it into the front court. Ball deflected. Houts gets it back. Got pushed though. We'll get a foul whistled against Tracy. Let's look at Kent Hamry now, 9th year head coach. Mentioned the state tournament experience for them in the past, including 2013. They were state champions in Class 3A back in 2009.
When you can see too, John, you know, St. Michael-Albertville, they hang their hat on the defensive end. They ball pressure, they play the passing lanes, and you can see it right there.
Steal for Brenda Four. She takes it all the way and can't get it to go, but a nice follow up by Jordan Walker up and in.
That was just great broadcasting, right as I was saying what they like to do, it happened. But they do. They play the passing lanes and ball pressure and try to create turnovers. They're great in transition. All their girls can handle the basketball, too. And that's what they want to do, get some steals, try to get some easy buckets in transition. Carver
drew a double team and then shuffled her feet and traveling whistled against the sophomore. So it's back over to St. Michael-Albertville, and inbound comes to Johnson. Ray Johnson, just a freshman, brings it into the front court. Tracy pops out. Left side, Brenda Four. And work the perimeter here. 3-3 game, just over 2 minutes in. Johnson puts it on the floor, drive, little scoop shot up and through.
Well, Ray Johnson, a freshman like you alluded to, John, but she's tough. She's 5'7". She plays AU basketball. She plays at a high level in the offseason. So this is nothing, you know, too big for her as a freshman. And they entrust her with the ball to make decisions there. She can see the confidence, and she attacked the rim and finished with her left hand.
Oh, Tracy thought she had a clean steal. Instead, she picks up her second foul early. So look at Mike Schumacher now in his 5th year as head coach of Wayzata.
How about that, John? They actually called that an offensive push-off on Abby Carver for Wayzata. That's a huge play right there, because that would have been Tracy's second foul really early in the game, and she probably would have had to sit down. Instead, she's able to stay in the game, and she is.
I thought that was going to be on Tracy.
They're saying she had possession, and Abby Carver pushed off with it. So a very fortunate break for the Knights.
Johnson getting it to Osseo. Walker, and they work the perimeter, now inside. Brenda Ford kicks it back out. 3-point shot from Johnson's long. Rebound, Osseo, and is fouled. Will go to the line.
Well, and that's another concern for Wayzata, being a lot smaller than St. Michael right there. Is, St. Michael, talking to Coach Schumacher, he wanted to force St. Michael-Albertville to shoot from the perimeter. Felt that gave his team the best chance, but they got to box out. You got to get bodies on these girls. They are tall, all 6 foot, and they're lengthy. Their arms are long. And even if you think you got position, you got to back them out even further, or they'll go right over the top of you, just like right there, Aaron Osseo did.
She's a 75% free throw shooter, gets 1 out of 2. Sydney Hayden, a 5'3" sophomore, number 21, who has the ball now, committed the foul on that last play. Spins, picks up her dribble, in some trouble, trying to feed it to Houts, gets tied up with Tracy. Jump ball, possession arrow. Ball will stay with Wayzata.
One thing I do love, John, about girls basketball, when they fall down, they go to help both teams. The sportsmanship is always just phenomenal, and it's something that's really fun to watch, neat to watch.
Did many people help you up when you were at Eden Prairie if you ever fell to the court?
Not only would I fall, John, I dislocated my finger one game against Egan. My bone was sticking out, and I started to not cry of pain, but I was in shock, and the fans started chanting, wussy, wimp. So not only did they not help me up, but they put me down too when I was injured.
Violating the conference sportsmanship code, probably.
Well, that was early, mid-90s. Yeah, we didn't have that sportsmanship rule back then.
You get a foul on Johnson for St. Michael. So you like the aggressive defense for St. Michael. Sometimes, though, depending on how the game's being called, that can work against you. Johnson picking up a foul here.
Well, and you have to adjust to that. That's only 2 fouls. You got it. You want to play aggressive, but you don't want to have pointless fouls. 30 feet away from the basket. You want to pressure, get up in the passing lanes, but you got to do it without fouling, and that's a skill. That's not an easy thing to do.
McKenna Evans in the basketball game for Wayzata. In some trouble, trying to feed the pass off from Larson, who picks it up, looking to go baseline and throws a pass away. Osseo with the steal in the paint. Brings it up court for the Knights. Kicks it out baseline, now back out top to Johnson. Osseo calling for the ball. Johnson instead goes right side to Tracy. In on the block, shot up and in off the glass for Jordan Walker.
And that was a beautiful shot fake right there and a step through, and she had a nice finish off the glass. Really good balance on this Albertville team. All 5 starters average at least 8.9 points. So they all are able to score. They don't mind sharing the basketball. And you can take a look at this beautiful post-up feed, and then watch that step through, shot fake, going back to her right. Beautiful move right there. The other thing early in this game too, John, is you can see Wayzata not able to get anything set up on the offensive end. I think St. Michael-Albertville, their pressure is going to bother Wayzata. And what you got to do against that pressure, you got to have a point guard that can handle that and get your offense set up. And you got to start looking for back doors and give and goes, pick and rolls, things like that to combat the aggressive nature of this Knights defense.
Kitri Zeza, 5'6" sophomore. Jamie Hansen, a 5'7" junior, in for St. Michael's. The ball's knocked away, and Wayzata's defense creates the turnover this time. Front court comes Liz Waytos, who's in the game for Wayzata, number 25. Waytos out on the left side, backs it out. Off for Hayden.
Everything around the perimeter too. Nothing going towards the basket. Really good man-to-man defense.
Robertson in some trouble on the baseline, finds the cutter, and fouled as Waytos. She'll go to the line for 2.
Well, and there we go. That was the back door right there, overplaying that pass back on the perimeter. And Waytos, you can see this. They're looking for her out at the perimeter. She goes back door right down the lane. And that's what you got to do. You got to get action going to the basket. And the other thing, too, is if you get them in foul trouble, a lot of times they'll have a tendency, aggressive teams will then back off and they get passive, and they're not the same team. But you look at St. Michael through the year, John, giving up 21 points, 51, 24, 31, 63, 44, 36. They're defensively, they have to be one of the top teams as far as points per game given up in the state.
Tracy did pick up her second foul on that last play, so she comes out, and Brenda Ford is back in. 3-point try from Osseo over the basket, not a play. So we stay at 8-5, St. Michael-Albertville. Just under 12 and a half minutes to go in the first half.
Again, that's a shot. You know, Osseo could knock that down. She's shooting in the mid-30s for percentage, but you know, Coach Schumacher said he'll live with those contested three-point shots all game long. And another thing to note too, John, is Leah Johnson, you know, one of the leading scorers for Wayzata. She's out tonight battling concussion symptoms. You know, she got a hit right under the eye in that Hill Murray basketball tournament, and of course she's scored in double figures 3 of the last 4 games. So I think missing that scoring spark too. Someone's gonna have to step up for her.
Ball out of bounds as Zaza couldn't complete the pass, deflected away by the Trojans.
Pretty impressed so far with Wayzata's defense as well. They had a couple early steals there. They're getting their hands in the passing lane, knocking balls down, and very impressive.
Osseo, baseline jumper is long, out of bounds, off the Knights, and it's back over to Wayzata. Josie Burns is number 51, a 5'10 senior in for St. Michael. Well, backcourt pressure, the double team creates a turnover. And again, it gets back to what we talked about early on, Wayzata needing to take care of the basketball, something that they have struggled with in many games this year.
Well, that's just a simple, you're getting, you know, double teamed in the backcourt. You just got to handle that pressure, be strong with the ball. That was a nice strong move by Osseo. A little frustrated, she's missed a couple of wide open jumpers. That time a little shot fake, took it strong to the basket. It almost looked like she drew some contact as well. Nice finish.
Robertson's pass deflected. So still Wayzata basketball as Evans will inbound.
One thing that's fun about watching Wayzata, and I remember this from last year, is they always seem to have really good underneath out of bounds plays. Like they seem to execute it well, always get an easy basket or two during the course of a game. They already got one here tonight.
Robertson driving, and it's blocked by Osseo, and she starts to break back the other way for the Knights. And a double dribble. Whistle against Hansen.
Yeah, this is Osseo, and she's fast and she's long. Look at that, moving her feet really well. No contact, she just waited and got it right at the tip of the release there. And you can see the double dribble. First I was going to question that, but you can see Jamie Hansen did get her second hand on the ball. Good call by the referee from the far corner to see that.
Way toss, pressured by Zeza. Trying to get the pass down to Houts, and Osseo gets a steal. Hansen, front court pass to Burns, back to Hansen, or on the floor by Zeza rather. Her shot comes up short and rebounded by Evans. Wayzata down by 5. Way toss with the basketball. To Robertson, trying to feed it further inside for Robertson rather from Hiring, and a turnover back out to Zeza for a 3-point shot for St. Michael-Albertville, and made 3 in Wayzata. And Coach Mike Schumacher take timeout.
Well, Zeza, yeah, only a sophomore, and this was just a perfect looking release. You look at her catch and shoot, she gets that ball, perfect position. Had a lot of arc on it too. It actually went out of the camera view on that, and I don't even know if that hit the net there, John. But she's a sophomore coming off the bench, very good shooter as well, and you know, Albertville's got their balance is really starting to wear. On the other end, you know, one thing just watching Wayzata getting their offense set up, you never want to pick your dribble up against a pressure defense like that, because all it does is it locks those girls in even more, denying the basketball. You end up panicking, thinking about a 5-second count. So you want to keep your dribble as long as you can until you know what you're going to do with the ball.
St. Michael-Albertville will take on Rogers Tuesday. Home conference game for them, their conference opener in the Mississippi 8. And then we'll take on Buffalo next Friday. And for Wayzata, road game, non-conference game next Tuesday against Minneapolis Southwest. They'll play at Buffalo actually next Saturday. They don't get into conference play until late January. It's a 5-team late conference, so they won't play their conference opener until January 28th.
Yeah, and I'm sure this year particularly Coach Schumacher's okay with holding out as long as possible before he gets into that difficult league conference. We on Channel 12, we saw Minnetonka and Hopkins last week, both of them play, and then Hopkins dominating the championship game. So that's a tough conference. So you want to get as much experience, try to be playing as well as you can going into that conference.
3-point shot from the corner, nothing but air on the 3-ball by Slavin, but St. Michael got the offensive rebound and the turnover on traveling by Zeza.
Yeah, and this is a lineup right now for the Knights. They got a lot of their starters out, a lot of their size out of there. And this is where Wayzata's maybe got to take a chance. We haven't even mentioned, hiring yet, who we've talked about in the pregame. She's 5'10", 5'11". Let's see if they can get her going right now, maybe against some of the smaller St. Michael-Albertville reserves.
Larson, the Houts, 3-point try, not good. Rebound pulled down by Zeza.
Oh, nice
front court pass to Burns, up and in.
Beautiful court vision, Zeza. Saw Josie Burns, one of the few seniors who playing in this game tonight. And you reward your center for running the floor hard right there. Nice catch in traffic, too, and a beautiful finish.
Larson, here's a 3-point shot from Evans. Rebound defensively for Slavin for St. Michael-Albertville. Back comes Ray Johnson. Bounce pass to the baseline. They kick it back out. Deflected away by Larson. They couldn't quite come up with a steal, though, and it stays with a nice Johnson. Open 3 look. Ray Johnson with 5 points.
Yeah, and you know what I love? I mean, Johnson, no question about that shot, but a great extra pass by junior Bobby Brendifer. She had an open look. Defender came to her, and she made a very unselfish play. And it's funny, John, whenever you seem to make that one extra pass like that, the next shot seems to always go in. A great unselfish play.
Houts, nice pass. Unable to finish was Evans. Look at the last basket by the Knights.
Yeah, look at that. Brendifer had it in rhythm there. The defender closed out. She saw her teammate, Ray Johnson, the freshman over there. Do you think they trust her? Only a freshman knocks it down. That's it's beautiful basketball when you see that extra pass you see unselfish basketball.
Team fouls even at 3 apiece. We've passed the halfway point of the first half. Shot by Johnson driving. Not good. Trojans rebound. Allie Larson, front court. Houts 3-pointer. Off the iron. Rebound by Johnson. Trying to control it. Ball on the court. And it's going to be timeout called by Kent Hamry. He sensed his player was in trouble and gets the timeout.
Oh, a great hustle there by Ray Johnson, too. The ball kicked off someone's foot, and you love that intensity, getting on the ground, going for it, valuing every possession. That's what really good teams do. It's funny, too, Wayzata, we were talking to Coach Schumacher. He wanted, he was worried, wanted to kind of force St. Michael-Albertville to shoot from the perimeter. It almost seems down on the other end, Wayzata settling for 1 or 2 quick passes and then a quick 3-pointer, and that's, they're a good shooting team, but I think they're a better mid-range shooting team. Maybe, shot fake, 1 dribble. They really haven't looked to get the ball inside at all either, and that's surprising. Sometimes, especially you're down big, you want to get some easy baskets. Get the ball inside, get the ball in post, work inside out as opposed to outside in.
Brendifer out past the wing. We get a foul away from the basketball. Whistled against St. Michael-Albertville.
Yeah, they're going to call that. It was a down screen. They're going to call that on Krista Slavin moving. She wasn't set there. And that's a point of emphasis here. Refs are really cracking down on that. It's one thing for kids out there watching. You really got to get your feet set. You can't move your shoulders or your elbows.
First foul on Slavin. Here's Sydney Hayden. Pass to Larson on the block. Blocked from behind by Tracy. And then thrown away as Wayzata gets the steal. They've got numbers. Tracy gets a hand in there, denies the pass to Larson. Out of bounds, Wayzata basketball.
Well, you can see the length of the Knights here. They're getting beat. And that time, Allie Larson had the ball. She was open. Great recovery, great length there by St. Michael-Albertville. So even when they are getting beat, their athleticism and their length is helping them to recover.
Houts is fouled by Slavin.
Second personal the next one.
And again, you got some action there going to the basket. That's every time Wayzata's actually done a backdoor or got a penetration, good things have happened. They've either got a basket or gone to the free throw line. So you want to keep that aggression. Nice job by Lauren Houts. But she's got 4 of the 6 points so far. Hit that 3 to start the game. And now back to the free throw line.
Hiring back in. She'll replace Evans.
Wayzata's now hiring anybody to try to score and get this back into a close ball game.
Very clever tonight. 4 out of 4, Wayzata from the free throw line. Well, they trail by 11. Ball knocked away by Hayden. Osseo to Tracy around and out. And the ball comes to Carver. That was a good look, Ryan. Couldn't finish.
Well, and actually, they missed her right there. Osseo missed Tracy. Tracy was wide open right under the basket, and Osseo didn't quite see it there. And by the time she did get it, Wayzata recovered, forcing her to take at least a contested 10-footer there and rimmed in and out.
Trojans turn it over. Tracy will inbound.
And you can see, too, St. Michael-Albertville, depth-wise, they play 10, 11 girls deep. So they're fresh. They get them in and out. And you can tell that, too, just in the intensity level that they play with on defense.
Yeah, they played 10 tonight.
Yep.
Lizzie Hiles, a 10th right there. She's a 5'4" freshman. Hounded on the ball by Hiring. At the pass off. Another good pass inside. Knocked away. Trojans recover defensively, and they block it away from Jordan Walker.
Yeah, Lauren House, watch this hustle right there. Wide open, great hustle coming down from the perimeter there to get a hand on that. That looked like a surefire layup. That's just great hustle.
Osseo puts it on the floor. 17-footer is good, and she's fouled. They'll go to the line for 1.
That's a beautiful basketball play. The shot fake got the 3-point. Look at this. One hard dribble, shows the ball, uses her height, and she's actually, you see she gets good elevation on that jump shot too. At 6 foot, not too many girls at this level are going to be able to block that. Instead, she draws the foul, beautiful follow through, and converts the 3-point play. Beautiful offensive move right there by Erin Osseo. Clearly, you can see why we highlighted her in the pregame.
Biggest lead of the game for the Knights, 14 points now, 21-7. Hiring lost it on the floor, picked up by the Knights. Back they come. Hansen. Oh, great pass down low in some traffic. Ball stripped away from Walker. Off the pass from the perimeter, and ball will be still with St. Michael-Albertville. Knocked out of bounds by Wayzata.
Well, on the other end, John, there, Hannah Hiring, she lost that ball, but it was the first time tonight we've seen her be aggressive. She made an aggressive move to the basket, and Albertville just collapsed and got hands on it. But I like that aggressiveness there. I think Wayzata needs to get her a little bit more involved, get her a couple of shots, as she is their leading scorer.
Tracy to Osseo. Not eye to Hansen. Osseo travels.
Yep. Yeah, that's the right call. That's a tough move. That's a lot of detail to footwork. When you show that shot fake, you got to get that ball out as far in front of you, keep both feet, or at least keep that back foot set. That time it slid a little bit. Good call by the referee.
Now getting the steal for St. Michael-Albertville. Here's Osseo, puts it on the floor. A little runner, too strong. Rebound to Robertson, will bring it into the front court.
Well, Robertson, too, she's 5'11", only a sophomore. She averages close to 10 points a game. She's been very quiet here tonight, too. They got to get their top scorers into the basketball game, getting aggressive, getting something easy here, going to the basket.
Robertson to Houts.
Nice play.
Hiring to Hayden. Houts and back out to Sydney Hayden. Puts it on the floor. Her shot up, not good. Tie up, jump ball. And it's St. Michael-Albertville basketball, I believe. If I've read my arrow right. No.
Why is that a basketball?
I have not.
And Hayden missed that shot, but great move right there. Again, another shot fake, something going to the basket. They're not settling for perimeter shots. And watch for Wayzata to run. They're very crafty around the basket. See if they can get an easy look for one of their girls here.
4.5 minutes to play here, first half. Wayzata struggling offensively, still just 7 points. Hiring puts it on the floor, drives to the basket, and missed the shot. Jump ball this time it will be St. Michael-Albertville basketball.
And again, she missed that too, John, but going aggressively to the basket, nice left-hand move. She's playing against a lot of height, and it's the old Top Gun move. You got to get there, jump stop, shot fake, let the defender fly right by, get an uncontested layup. But again, a beautiful looking move, just didn't quite finish it. And that's where the height of this St. Michael-Albertville team really comes into play. It affects your shot. You're thinking about it.
3-point try missed by Johnson. Offensive board for St. Michael-Albertville. Down on the block. Walker can't get it to go. Got a good entry pass, but couldn't finish at the hoop. Back comes Wayzata, and a steal made by Brendafor. Ahead to Osseo for the hoop.
What a beautiful throw-ahead pass right there. And you know how tough that is, too, to catch that ball. No dribble. Look at her. Osseo reaches out, catches it, puts it right in her offhand or left hand, finishes without even breaking a stride. You can see why she's going to run track. She beat everyone down the floor right there. She's got those long strides, those long legs. That was a beautiful play. And again, Wayzata not able to even get a shot off. I mean, there's been numerous times where unforced turnovers and Albertville doing a great job of capitalizing and turning those into points.
Wayzata uses its second timeout of the half, 3:46 to go.
You know, and at this point, you Coach Schumacher, you're just telling your team, listen, we got 7 points. We're playing tight. We're playing passive. When you play that way, you end up turning the ball over. Be aggressive here. There's nothing to fear. We're 2-7. All we're trying to do is get better. Let's have some fun. Let's get some energy. Let's play like we're playing pickup. You know, sometimes, again, when the game gets away from you a little bit, some of that pressure comes off of you, and you end up just playing loosely and executing a little bit better.
They'll see what the Trojans can do. Final 4 minutes of the half. Ryan at least close strong perhaps before the break. Good drive to the basket for the missed shot by Wayzata. Well, we get a foul on St. Michael-Albertville.
You know, and to Wayzata's credit, the last few possessions, you know, when they have gone to the basket, they've gotten good looks. They just have rimmed in and out. You know, they're only a few misses away from this being a 10-point game. So, you know, as poorly as they've played, you get a few stops, you get some of these easy baskets to go in. This is a different basketball game.
Last fall is on Osseo, her first, team's 6th. And that pass through the hands of Hiring and out of bounds.
You know, the other thing, too, John, I would do, Wayzata, I'd attack Osseo, I'd attack Sydney Tracy, who already has 2 fouls. You get those 2 girls in foul trouble, maybe out of the game in the second half. Albertville's a completely different team, so you got to make their best girls guard you and exert energy on the defensive end as well.
Osseo hands off the pass, and a short jumper put up and in by Heil.
Heil only in 9th grade. That was a beautiful dribble handoff offense right there, and Heil was able to turn the quarter very quick. Only 5'4", so obviously not that tall, but extremely quick, and a nice little pull-up jump shot on the baseline.
Second personal on the Knights, number 4, Ray Johnson.
Whistle and a foul on Johnson. That's her second, and the 7th team foul on St. Michael-Albertville. And that sends McKenna Evans to the line for a 1-and-1.
She's a senior captain. She's the leader, one of the leaders of this team. You know, and when you are playing aggressive defense like that, you're more foul prone. Now Wayzata, for the last 3 minutes of this half, they should attack and put pressure, make Albertville foul you. Every time you get fouled now, you're going to be shooting free throws. Sometimes that's the best way to get back into a rhythm, is to get to the free throw line, hit a couple of easy shots, and all of a sudden your confidence level goes sky high.
Evans gets 1 out of 2. Wide open in the corner for a 3 is Zeza.
You know, she's been impressive tonight, hasn't she? Coming off the bench, knocked down a couple of shots, had a couple of good steals and throw ahead. She's been very, very impressive, and she's only a sophomore as well.
Wayzata hands off to Robertson. Robertson spinning, her shot, got blocked, got it back, and then it ends up in the hands of Walker. Brendafor into the front court now for the Knights. Trying to get the pass off for Heil. It's deflected out of bounds. St. Michael-Albertville ball with 2:12 to go.
And you take a look at that. Wayzata just fell asleep right there, leaving Zeza wide open, and they knock it down. Albertville's done a nice job of shooting the long ball tonight. And on that last possession too, John, Wayzata, that was Annie Robertson. Beautiful spin move, almost a double spin move. And again, another good look, just rimmed in and out.
Osseo shot comes up short, rebound to Robertson. 5'11" sophomore brings it up herself. Look at a spin again. This time Brenda Ford's ready for it. Ahead it goes, and a layup up and in by Osseo.
What a big time move there. Osseo beats everyone and she splits it. And that's the old NBA mover. She just cradled that ball and split right between the two defenders. That's called a jump stop. A lot of people think that's a travel. That's a great jump stop. Great, great move. Great finish in the open court by Osseo.
Knock away by the Knights in the paint. They create the turnover. Osseo, another open look for Zezo. Knocks down her third three-pointer of the half.
Third three, second from about the same spot there. And again, nice ball movement on the perimeter. Wayzata not paying attention to Zeza. She knocks down another great open three. They got to have an awareness on her because she's in rhythm right now. And again, you can see that Osseo, who's having a big game, had an open look. Instead, she sees her teammate wide open. Another unselfish extra pass. And again, it seems like the majority of those shots after an extra unselfish pass seem to go in.
Knights foul on Jordan Walker, her first. Hiring to the line for a 1-and-1. Looking for her first point of the night. Second free throw coming. Second one rims out. Brenda Ford front court. Under a minute to play here in the first court. Heil pull-up jumper short. Rebound to Hiring. She'll push it ahead. Left corner, Hayden back out. Larson. Now Houts with it. Back to Larson. Under 40 seconds to go. Hiring. And bringing it over the top is Evans.
And see, on that drive right there, Hiring got about 5 feet away from the basket. Looked like she could have just jump stopped and pulled up for a pretty uncontested, easy-looking jump shot. Made the extra pass. I think it surprised her teammate there who got caught with the carry.
Under 25 seconds to go. Ball knocked away by Hayden.
Well, Hayden's done a nice job of ball pressure. When she's been in the game, she's been a little disruptive there, causing St. Michael-Albertville, a couple deflections, a couple of steals, and they're better defensively, I think, when she's in the game, pressuring the basketball.
Down to 15, runner around the rim, won't go, but going to the line for two will be Brenda Ford.
And that's the thing, playing, pressure defense, sound defense, without gambling. And that time, right as I was praising Sydney Hayden for doing that, she went for a steal, and Brenda Ford does a nice job, spins, gets into the lane there, draws the contact, able to get to the free throw line.
%60 free throw shooter, looks 90% on those attempts. Knocking them down, it's 35-9, 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, they're a pretty good shooting free throw team.
Baseline kick out, Houts three, long, rebounded by Heil, and the first half will come to an end. St. Michael-Albertville defensively getting the job done, offensively able to finish a lot of the time, and they have a big lead, Ryan, at halftime.
Yeah, I thought that the key there, two things that stood out. One was St. Michael-Albertville, their pressure defensively, forcing a lot of turnovers, which Coach Schumacher was worried about, just taking away all aggressiveness on Wayzata's offense. And on the other side, I just think the size, the length, the athleticism, the speed of Aaron Osseo, Sydney Tracy, Jordan Walker, Zaza coming in, knocking down 3 threes on the game. If they're making outside shots along with their length and their transition, they're a tough team to beat, John.
Our score at halftime, St. Michael-Albertville 35, Wayzata 9. We'll take time out, come back with halftime and more. You're watching high school girls basketball on 12 Sports.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Alumni night here at Wayzata. Some of the Trojan girls basketball alum coming back in a little shooting contest at halftime as we look at highlights from the first half of tonight's game between Wayzata and St. Michael-Albertville. Trojans score first bucket of the game, 3-point shot knocked down by junior Lauren Houts, but that was about it for the highlights for Wayzata. St. Michael-Albertville also able to score from the outside. Katri Zeza with a 3. They've made 4 3-pointers in the first half. Jump shot there made by Lizzie Heil. And in a transition, Erin Osseo, nice basket. She's been the top scorer tonight in the game. And another 3 late in the half by Zeza, knocking this one down. She had 3 of those in the first half. Look at their leading scorers. Osseo with 10, Zeza with 9 all on threes. Johnson with 5. Houts leading Wayzata in scoring with 5 points. Our score at halftime, St. Michael-Albertville 35, Wayzata 9. More girls basketball from Wayzata High School on 12 Sports in a moment.
You always made sure I brushed my teeth.
You told me that smart was cool.
You always told me to dream big.
To all of those parents who took the time to make raising their children their most important job, we'd like to say,
thank you.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thanks, Mom and Dad.
This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
It must be love. It must be hospice.
Ryan Iverson back and Ryan St. Michael-Albertville. Very strong first half against Wayzata.
Well, it says it all. Erin Osseo 10, Wayzata 9.
Yeah.
Anytime you got one player scoring more than the other team in the half, it's usually not a good sign. But, Albertville came out, they executed a great game plan. Their pressure, their defensive pressure, really, never let Wayzata get into any type of rhythm. Let's see what the adjustments are made. This game's always about adjustments. How does Wayzata combat the pressure? Are they able to execute? Are they able to be aggressive, knock down some shots? Very quickly this could turn into a ball game here.
Well, Wayzata's got to make some shots and find some offensive rhythm. They've made just one field goal. That was the one that started the game. Yep. A 3-pointer from Houts was their own field goal. Their other 6 points came on free throws.
Yeah, and they had a number of buckets that rimmed in and out.
Traveling on Tracy.
And I'll say this too, I've seen St. Michael play a couple times this year, and I don't think they're playing great either tonight, at least offensively. They've had a number of turnovers and have missed a bunch of shots that they normally make too. Their defense and their intensity. I mean, look, they're just causing Wayzata pick up their dribbles. They're panicking, nothing going to the basket, everything around the perimeter. And it affects you too, John, because then when you do drive to the basket, you almost end up hurrying. You throw up a bad shot. You don't take your time and set your feet. And Wayzata just got to take a deep breath, handle the pressure, and play good basketball.
Jordan Walker committing the foul on the drive by Houts. Now Houts a 3-pointer. Good look at it. Shot wouldn't go, and Osseo rebounds. Johnson will push it up. Ray Johnson split the defense. Had some contact and go to the line for two. I like the potential of this freshman.
And she doesn't play like a freshman, and that's from playing against really good kids. She plays, with the North Tartan program, playing against very solid AAU competition. So she's used to playing with the elite girls, and I loved her hesitation right there. That was a great change of speeds and great body control, too, as she split two defenders drawing the contact.
Second shot is good for Johnson. First point of the second half for either team.
Ray Johnson, too, her defense on the ball, she really moves her feet well. She shuffles, she's in good stance, great position defense, really good pressure defense.
Wayzata moving the ball well, hoping it can end up in points. Good drive by Hiring, won't go. Ball blocked, and back comes St. Michael-Albertville. Evans had her shot blocked. Down low is Walker, kicks it back out, open three. We get a whistle before the shot. We have 3 seconds. Didn't see what the whistle, no foul, so it's some kind of violation against.
Jordan Walker had the post there in the lane and did not exit it before that shot was released. And Wayzata's lucky because that three actually went down. But Hannah Hiring, again, great drive to the basket. I mean, how many of those tonight, John? I think that's been the story. At least 5 or 6 of those layups kind of rimming in and out, and, really the story of the game.
Evans, the inbound to Houts, back to Larson. Houts drives, and she'll go to the line.
And that's going to be number 2 on Aaron Osseo.
Second personal.
And really no reason to reach on that. She was in good defensive position. With the way Wayzata's knocked shots down, I think you just contest that without fouling. And that free throw, it's going to get Wayzata into double figures. And I'll tell you, Lauren Houts has had 6 of them.
They've made 7 out of 10 free throws tonight. 36-10, lob pass ahead and through the hands of Walker and out of play.
Yeah, she had the right idea. They had Walker open, beat the defense down just a little too high, a little over the outstretched arms of Walker on that play.
That ball out of bounds, a turnover for Wayzata off the.
And that's the kind of play that'll kill you. There's no reason for it. That just come to a jump stop and look where you're passing. Those are the kind of turnovers that'll drive a coach nuts.
Johnson in some trouble, stripped away by Larson. Wayzata gets the steal. Waytoss draws a double team on the sideline. Timeout. No. 5-second call, or are we going to get a foul call? No, we're going to get a foul call on Johnson. A little too aggressive defensively. Picks up the foul.
Wow.
13.
Johnson thought she was just playing good defense. Commits her 3rd foul.
And actually on that play too, right there, very lucky that Allie Larson, that was over and back. She caught that ball in the backcourt and went to the front court there. So they're lucky that wasn't a turnover. Nice.
Tracy knocks down the mid-range jumper. First field goal in the second half for either team.
Yeah, and Tracy hasn't had a big game, but she's a very capable scorer. She can score in the 20s. She's got a nice mid-range game, good post game, really nice inside-out balance. That time she beat everyone down in transition. Nice throw ahead by Ray Johnson. She knocked it down.
It's their leading scorer at 11.4 a game, but has just 3 points tonight. Yep. Traveling whistled against Houts. Hayden and Carver in for Wayzata. Yeah, you talked about Ray Johnson playing in that North Tartan program and how good of basketball that is. That you get some good talent in there, good coaching, and that playing against that kind of competition in the summer can do nothing but make you better in the late fall and winter.
Yeah, I played AU basketball with guys like Darius Lane and Joel Prisbilla and Ryan Keating and some guys that were really good, and there's a nice mid-range pull-up by Brendefur. But what it does, John, when you're playing against other guys that are going major college, when you get back into high school, nothing phases you. You've played the next guy, the best people in the world, in the country. So when you get into your conference play, you're not intimidated by crowds or quick or fast, what older people, whatever it might be. And we've talked before on other broadcasts, the depth and talent of Minnesota high school girls basketball. I mean, it's at an all-time high. I mean, there's multiple girls playing major Division I college basketball.
Well, we did that game last week between Kennedy and Minnetonka, and we talked about the North Tartan team, the North Tartan 14 and under won national title like 4 years ago.
Yep.
That had two of those girls from Kennedy, Tanoa Wade and Kenesha Bell, had Kayla McMorris from Park Center, Madison Lee from Maranatha, Alexis Alexander from Champlin Park. All girls are going on and playing college basketball next year. The Anoka girl.
We covered the two from Osseo last year playing, so just the level of talent here. And there's a number. It's not just North Tartan. I mean, there's 3 or 4 really good, really deep AAU girls basketball programs that do really well in the national tournament. So it's, you play at that level in the summertime. You come back to this level and you're full of confidence.
Double team on the ball. Johnson was in some trouble, and Ken Hamry gets the timeout call. Second charge timeout to the Knights. So even if you're ahead in this game, like St. Michael-Albertville obviously is, and comfortably ahead, there's always coaching to be done, Ryan.
Absolutely, and this team, I mean, they've looked great tonight, but they're 5-2, so they haven't been perfect. They lost to a Fergus Falls team that is good, but definitely St. Michael-Albertville should have won that basketball game. Their other loss was versus Minnetonka. They lost by 8 there. So, and they got a lot of young girls. So you're always trying to learn. The other thing, this is always a dangerous time because you're ahead. You're probably going to win the game. You got to stay sharp. This is a building moment. Hey, girls, this is a Friday in January, the first game of 2014, but this isn't what we're building for. We're building for maybe a playoff run, a section championship, a state tournament appearance. And every little step of the progress, that journey, they're all building blocks leading up to that. So you don't want to miss a step. You want to pay attention to detail. You want to be sharp. You want to have good leadership. And those are all things Coach Hamry is, really hammers home. And it's not acceptable to him if these girls don't do that.
Ball deflected out of bounds by Evans. Yeah, they can go into conference play Tuesday against Rogers.
Yeah, and you want to be playing well going into conference. Every game, not that these games don't matter, but they're non-conference. These are more learning and, just to kind of gauge where you're at. But you want to go into that first conference game and send a message right away. Rogers is usually a pretty talented program. You want to let everyone else know, hey, not this year, girls. This is Knights basketball. We're not messing around.
Johnson Howden by Hayden, trying to keep her away. And finally releases the pass to Osseo. Little reset out top. Draws the double team. Hayden comes across and commits the foul. Thought she had a clean strip, and instead whistled for her second foul.
Well, again, I just think they're a different team defensively when Hayden's out there. That time, all by herself, she came over. As soon as Osseo turned her back, she came over with the double team. Almost looked like she got a clean steal, but I like the way she plays defense for Wayzata.
That one through the hands of Brendefur. Got it back, whips it out to Osseo. Sets her feet, drives to the basket and scores.
That is a strong move. You get a 6-foot girl who's long. Again, she showed the ball, shot fake, 2 hard dribbles, and she finishes high, too. There's not too many girls in the state that are going to be able to block that shot. Nice finish, good power move.
Dozen points for her now. Lob down low, and it's intercepted. Take away by Tracy. 3-point shot left wing won't go. Then rebounded by Wayzata, and we'll get a whistle. Evans brought it to the front court. A foul on St. Michael-Albertville. It's on Brendefur, her first.
Yeah, and again, I mean, that's 4 early fouls here in the second half. And that's the problem. You play pressure defense, you get over the ball, you got to really be disciplined. You have a tendency to want to reach. and get the body in there, and you just can't, or else the other team's going to be in the bonus in a hurry.
Hayden, it's tied up by Johnson. We had a jump ball, but we had another official calling a foul instead. And it's going to be a foul call against Johnson. So Johnson will pick up, by my book, her 4th. Yeah, that's her 4th foul, so she's coming out. Shot missed, and get a block by Osseo on the follow-up. And St. Michael-Albertville quickly back to offense. Tracy kicks it back out. 3-point shot from Zeza. This one won't go. Ball out of bounds and off Brenda Four. Wayzata basketball.
Want to get on that last possession by Wayzata. Great underneath out of bounds play. They got Hiring a great look, and again, just missed the wide open layup. Hate to keep harping on it, but there's been a number of pretty makeable shots down low that Wayzata just has not been able to capitalize.
3-point shot missed.
Oh, beautiful throw ahead.
And Osseo up and in.
Pass.
That was a great pass, wasn't it?
Yeah, Brenda Ford kept her head up there, and Osseo, she is fast. I mean, you can see she is the first one down the floor when she puts her head down and runs. She was able to beat everyone down, and nice shot fake, let everyone fly by there, and she was able to get a nice jump shot.
Lost the ball, Hayden did, and then a foul by Houts, knocking down Brenda Ford.
And look at Brenda Ford keeping her head up, and watch that. Good timing right there, great patience, shot fake. Beautiful touch, too. Been really impressed with Erin Osseo, and I'm not just saying it because she's standing right in front of us either. She really has. She's been impressive. I love the length and the pace that she plays at.
Houts picks up her 3rd. 4th team foul in Wayzata in the second half. Osseo puts it on the floor again, drives,
nice.
And fouled by Hiring. She'll go to the line for 2.
What a great set play right there. They get Osseo high post. They're running guards off of her. She's got the option to either hand it off. She fakes that. Defense goes just for a second. She turns the corner hard. She's got great body control, too. She draws the contact, still able to get the shot off. Almost had a 3-point play.
He's 2 out of 4 from the free throw line tonight. Has 14 points in all. Second one rolls in. She's the top scorer in this game. The only player in double figures. And the lead is now 35. And whistled for a foul is Tracy. That's her 3rd.
You do. You have a tendency when you're playing a team, too, that you feel like you can get a steal whenever you want. You just got to be disciplined. You want to reach for everything, try to steal everything. But, again, that's a 6th foul. So from here on out, Wayzata is going to be shooting the bonus.
Inbound comes to Waytoss. Houts, and Tracy gets a hand on that. And last touched by Houts. Turnover Wayzata.
And you look at that play, John. Just go back door. You got a sophomore. You got Sydney Tracy playing the passing lane all the way up at half court. You just got to make eye contact, go back door. You'd have the whole middle of the floor there to drive. You just got to be a little sharper with the basketball. The number one thing that so many young players miss is the jump stop. Come to a jump stop, catch and see what's going on.
Osseo 3-point shot. Short. Long rebound pulled down by Waytoss. Tracy started to penetrate, gives it off to Hayden. This shot by Robertson, missed, and the rebound by Tracy for St. Michael-Albertville. And carrying it, turnover on Brenda Ford. Jamie Hansen, 5'7" junior, back in for the Knights, replacing Brenda Ford.
Albertville does a nice job too. If their person who's guarding the ball gets beat, John, they're having to help defender. We call that a wall. They build a nice wall around that lane. Almost don't let any penetration in there. You can see it coming over. Nice help right there. They're going to call Jordan Walker on the foul. But they always have whoever's guarding the ball, they encourage them to get up, pressure it, because we're going to have your help. So you know you always got help. So it allows you to play aggressively.
Shooting two for the Trojans, number 25 is Wayzata.
With Wayzata to the line, shooting 2. She made all 3 of her free throw attempts tonight. One more coming for the junior. In and out on the second one.
You jinxed her.
Yeah, I did. Hey, 75% is pretty good for the night.
Yeah.
9.5 minutes to play. Tracy back out to Osseo. Hansen traveled.
Refs have been quick tonight on the travels and the carries, haven't they, John?
Mm-hmm. Players haven't gotten away with much, have they?
No.
Wayzata's front court. Pass gathered in by Houts at the sideline. Drives. Kicks across to Hayden. Wayzata, skip pass across. Houts 3.
Nice.
It is good. That is the second field goal of the game. The first came from Lauren Houts in the game's first minute. That's the only second one that they have made. St. Michael-Albertville quickly back on offense. They transition into Sydney Tracy layup. Then they get the steal. Back to Walker. Drives it up and in, and a foul.
Jordan Walker for 2.
Yeah, we didn't even get to comment on Lauren Houts hitting the 3. There's her second of the game, and you know, Albertville comes right back. Look at this. Well, this is the first basket right there in transition. Oh, no, that was the steal, the second basket. They beat Wayzata back on defense, got a nice, easy bucket for Sydney Tracy, and then she actually intercepted the inbounds pass, and then which led here to a potential three-point play. So nice three-pointer by Lauren Houts, but then St. Michael-Albertville comes back and answers with 5 quick points.
Jordan Walker completes the three-point play. She'll come out. And Josie Burns back in. 8:20 to go. 35-point lead, 36 actually right now, 35 or more in the last 8 minutes of the game. Usually constitutes running time, or does constitute running time.
Well, there's another example right there at Lauren Houts. A beautiful looking move. Penetrated in, had about a 5-foot look right there and just missed it again. But, you know, Wayzata certainly has gotten opportunities tonight when they've been aggressive. They just haven't quite been able to capitalize.
And now we are in running time as Wayzata will inbound. Robertson from the baseline. Off the hands of Hiring. Back comes St. Michael-Albertville. 3-on-1 on the break. Hayden gets back defensively and breaks it up.
Beautiful hustle right there. You love to see it. You're down by 36 points. So what? Sydney Hayden, only a sophomore. Great hustle, sprinting from one end of the floor to the other.
Hansen, the inbound. Lizzie Heil. Back out top, Zeza. Made 3 tonight from beyond the arc. Is it up to Slavin? Now to Hansen. Hansen drives,
nice
comes
move.
up short on the shot. Rebounded by Abby Carver. Carver in some troubles. Hansen pressures her, gets it to Houts. And then she's into the front court. Knock away for Hansen and St. Michael-Albertville. Slavin shot too strong. Foul up, that won't go, and Carver rebounds.
Josie Burns, oh, look at the steal on another inbounds pass. Unable to successfully capitalize on. Look at the hustle, both teams on the floor. You love to see it, Mr. Jacobson.
Well, and St. Michael-Albertville is not, different personnel, and they've taken most of their starters out, but these girls around the floor are hustling every bit as much, trying to create the turnovers.
Yep, and you love to see that. As a coach, that's what you live for. These girls compete every day in practice. You get them on the floor when the lights are shining and they're giving everything they got. Whether you're up 36 or down 36, you just love to see that.
Stacy Seward 5'8" senior, the other co-captain for Wayzata, along with McKenna Evans now into the lineup for the Trojans. Get a St. Michael-Albertville foul.
When Annie Robertson's going to the line, she's got a great looking spin move. She's used it, quite a few times tonight, and it really is effective. She drives right, spins back to her left. And that time, really nice move going to the basket, able to draw the foul. And John, if she'd make both of them, we would now be out of the running time. Instead, it continues to go.
Nakisha Greer, 5'5" senior, in for St. Michael-Albertville. Robertson does get the second one. Her first point tonight. Pressure in the backcourt for Wayzata, looking to create the turnover. Really hampering Hansen, double dribbled.
Well, and I like Wayzata applying pressure right there, trapping. You have nothing to lose. Pick up full court. See if you can create some turnovers. Obviously, St. Michael-Albertville doesn't have some of their primary ball handlers in, so maybe you can capitalize, take advantage of that.
Robertson to Hayden, lost it, be able to get it back out. Robertson, three is good. Double team on the ball again. A timeout called by St. Michael-Albertville, and that does stop the clock with 4:32 left. And Ken Hamry's going to draw up a press break as we go to the timeout. His third timeout used.
Yeah, and take a look at Annie Robertson right here. We haven't seen her hit from outside. That time she gathers herself. There was no doubt about that, and she knocked it down with confidence. And again, something you pick up, you're playing with energy on defense. It's funny how that a lot of times leads to better offense, too. It makes you wonder why, obviously St. Michael-Albertville doesn't have their starters in right now, but you wonder if the course of the game might have been different if Wayzata played with this energy, to start the game instead of, being on their backpedaling and on their heels if they were the aggressor and they were the enforcer. Sometimes you hit teams with, the St. Michael-Albertville's strength is being aggressive defensively. Sometimes you hit teams in the mouth in their own strength and they don't know how to respond to it. So, but you like the energy and you like the comeback and the fight in this young Trojan team.
Slavin will inbound to Heil. Back to Slavin. They beat the presser into front court. Greer, double teamed in the corner, fights through it and called for traveling. And Greer thought she was fouled, instead whistled for the walk.
And again, aggressive double team down here, and their pressure defense has really been fun to watch here these last few possessions.
Drive to the basket and a foul, and going to the line for two will be Whitus. And under 5 minutes to go, and more than a 30-point lead, so the running time continues here. Last foul is on Hansen. Second free throw by Whitus is good.
There you go. That's how you beat a press. Get the ball in the middle of the floor.
Greer finds the open player. Hansen for the jumper. Not good. Good rebound by Burns. Offensive board, and she'll go to the line for two.
Well, Burns, she's just one of the seniors on the team, 5'10", and she got off the ground there. She got that ball, went up high for it. Nice aggressive follow-up. But yeah, to break a press, you handle the pressure, you reverse the ball. You don't have to dribble it. The best way to beat a press, get the ball in the middle, look up the sideline, go vertical, pass the ball. That time, and a lot of times you attack a press, you can get easy looks, easy layups. And that time it resulted in a nice, good look and an offensive rebound by Josie Burns.
Second one by Burns. Wouldn't go. Into the lineup for Wayzata. That last whistle. Laura Plasek, Cameron Hay, Sheely Olson, and Emily Egdahl on the floor now, with Megan Ruland also for Wayzata, number 22. Jump ball call, and over to St. Michael-Albertville. Just over 2 minutes to play. Hanson, front court. Greer rainbow three. It'll come off. Offensive rebound. A good job by Burns. Keeps it alive for her team. Heil on the dribble. Off to Hanson. Long on the jumper.
Oh, she missed that, but a very nice looking move right there by Hanson. Good shot fake. Albertville's got a nice little mid-range game. They're not afraid to step up, take a look, and shoot that 10-footer.
Cameron Hay drives, and she'll go to the line. Foul whistle against Slavin.
I'll tell you, Josie Burns, number 51 for the Knights, she's come in and she's a senior. I would bet that there's going to be some games where she gets pretty significant minutes, John. You know, she's got good height. She seems to be really aggressive, good rebounder. If they ever played a team that really does have good length, I would expect to see her get some significant time. She's a senior, want to bring some senior leadership also.
Lindsay Rader, a 6-foot sophomore, number 13, now in for St. Michael-Albertville, and Seward back in for Wayzata. Hayes' second free throw comes up short. And the defensive board by Burns. We're under a minute to play, down to 40 seconds to go in this one. And backcourt foul. Whistled against Ruland. And Heil will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Bonus.
What happens if the time runs out while they're at the free throw?
The free throw line? Yeah. Well, we're going to find out in about 14 seconds.
She's hurrying. Maybe. She's trying to get it off. Wants to give Wayzata one more possession.
Makes them both. Final possession of the game for Wayzata. Three-point shot from Seward is short, and that is the end of the game. And a long night for the Wayzata Trojans. St. Michael-Albertville, as you said, maybe not their best game of the year, but you can see they've got some talent. They're an excellent defensive team, and they do more than enough to win this one easily.
Yeah, and I think this game was over relatively quickly. Just they came out right out of the gate, very aggressive. They took Wayzata completely out of the offensive end, and Wayzata really never recovered. I like Wayzata's fight though, John. That second half, they put some pressure on, made a couple of shots, and able to score 10 points there in the second half. So. But very impressive. St. Michael-Albertville's got a lot of talent, depth, athleticism, length, height, quickness, good guard play. So I expect them to really, compete for the Mississippi 8, conference championship.
With the win, the Knights go to 6-2, and Wayzata falls to 2-8 on the season. That will do it for our telecast tonight. For Ryan Iverson and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for tuning in for our coverage of high school girls basketball tonight from Wayzata High School.
Thank you.